the son inquired, and investigated the matter thoroughly and realized that his sister was innocent. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't find his sister. Then he hunted birds, soaked his sister's shirt in their blood, and sent it to his father, saying, "Father, come! I killed my sister." The son knew that as long as Mola was there, his father would not believe him. Therefore, he didn't reveal anything. One day, Pari was sitting in her palace playing with her sons. Suddenly, she remembered her father and mother, became homesick, and started crying. The king came and asked, "Pari, what's wrong? Why are you crying?" Pari said, "I can't hide it from God, but I hide it from you. I miss my father and mother." The king said, "That's nothing. Whenever you wish, I will send my minister with you. You go and visit your parents and come back." A few days later, the king ordered them to prepare souvenirs and build a howdah. Then he called his minister and said, "Minister, go with Pari to his father's house and come back." Pari and her two sons and the minister set off to go to Haji Sayyad. One day they had pitched a tent in the middle of the desert to rest, when the minister became insistent and said, "I love you. You must become my wife, or I will cut off the head of one of your sons." Pari did not listen to the minister. The minister got up and cut off the head of one of Pari's sons. Then he came and said, "If you still don't accept my word, I will cut off the head of your other son." Again, Pari refused. The minister got up and cut off Pari's other son's head. Pari, seeing that she had no choice, said, "Minister, now that you are using force, let me go relieve myself, and I'll come back." The minister said, "Good, go, but come back quickly." Pari said she would go, and she went so far that the minister could not see her. Then she opened her headscarf and threw it over a bramble bush, and she herself set off into the plains and the desert and left. The minister waited and waited, but saw that Pari did not return. He got up and went to see where Pari was. There was a bramble bush and Pari's headscarf on it. He said to himself, "What a trick we've been played. Now I have to come up with a deceitful scheme so that the king doesn't understand what happened." He got up and went to the king and said, "Your Majesty, may you be well. I released Pari with her tail between her legs and left her in the city. But along the way, she acted so foolishly and without knowledge. He left without informing me and watered heads in other places, which made me think there was something fishy going on. I didn't want to know his house. I let him go in the city and told him to go on his own." On this side, Pari walked and walked through the fields and deserts until he met a shepherd. He gave the gold on his head and neck to the shepherd and told him to slaughter one of the sheep for him. He gave everything of the sheep to the shepherd, only he took the sheep's stomach, pulled it over his head, and became a proper bald man. Then he took a set of old men's clothes from the shepherd, put them on, and set off. He went on and on until he reached his own town. In front of his house he began to shout, "Who needs a servant? Who needs a servant?" Soon Haji Sayyad came out of the house. He saw that the bald man's eyes were like his own daughter's eyes. Affection and love for the bald man stirred in his heart. He said, "Hey, son, will you become a servant for me?" Pari said, "Why wouldn't I? Anywhere they give me a bite of bread to fill my stomach, I will become a servant." Haji Sayyad took his daughter home as a servant. He said to his wife, "Come and look, I've hired a servant." Haji's wife looked at the bald man and said, "Oh God, how much he resembles my own Pari." Pari's brother also came and looked and said, "Mother, look, his eyes are the shape of my sister's eyes." Pari stayed at the house, didn't tell anyone his secret, but no matter how active and alert he was, he couldn't act like men. Haji's wife saw that the girl knew more about housekeeping than servant work. She decorated the rooms, swept the carpets, and washed the clothes. In short, she settled in well at the house. Everyone treated her like a son of the house.